Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I'm so happy I've got Vidhya Iyer with me. Hi, Vidhya.
Hi, Jeff.
Am I fucking up the name?
No, Vidhya Iyer.
Vidhya. Okay. For a second, I had a little doubt. There. So now your introduction is stuck having my moment of doubt in it.
It's okay.
But you are on the podcast. First of all, everyone listening to this, they should listen to the podcast before this one in the Discover Indie Film podcast feed, because that's your interview. We get to know all about you and your film and your writing career and everything, because your film, Giving Mom the Talk, was at Sherman Oaks Film Festival in 2025. Just so happened to take home the Grand Jury Award for Best Short Film Comedy. And it was your first time directing, I found out today. Mm-hmm. And you took home the Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Director for a Short Film Comedy.
I did.
Golf clap for you. And that is an award from your peers, as I explained. That's from the Filmmakers Board. They decide alumni who've had films in the festival choose the Filmmakers Awards. Thus, they're called the Filmmakers Awards.
That's awesome.
So there you go. Giving Mom a Talk is a brilliantly hilarious and thoughtful comedy, so everyone should watch it if and when it's available. So they should follow the clickable links in the show notes. We'll have both your production company and your personal Instagrams and whatnot, and YouTube and everything, so people can follow it, you, and try to see the film when they can if it's playing at a festival, as well as when you eventually release it online somewhere.
Yep, we'll do. And yeah, I'll be in the notes, but I'm at Hey Iyer on most things. Exactly,
which is H-E-Y for hey, and then your last name.
I-Y-E-R, yeah.
I-Y-E-R. H-E-Y? I-Y-E-R. Mm-hmm. There we go. So people should go there, for sure. But in the meantime, this podcast is what I call a 4 questions podcast. That just means Vidhya is going to answer the first question, which is name 3 films you love. The second one is name an underrated. Third is name an overrated film. And fourth is a lesser known film for people to seek out. No pressure, but I know you love comedy, so it's going to be nice that there's not going to be I don't want to push this on you, but I'm looking forward to some comedies in your list, because often when people name favorite films, they go for like really serious ones.
Yeah, I am deeply unserious. Okay, go ahead. So
go ahead.
What's
you
the
name
first
3
question?
Films that you love. Just 3
favorites.
3
films that I love. Okay, this is not like an in order list. It's just how I'm feeling in the moment. And because we talked about this, but I really enjoyed One of Them Days because I watched it in the last couple of years in theaters. And we talked about that experience of like being in theaters and with an audience and everyone's laughing. And it was probably the last time I had that experience in recent times. So that's one. School of Rock.
Oh, yeah.
I love that movie. I rewatched it recently, and Jack Black is such an icon. And it's just fun. It's feel good. It's cute. It's a family movie. And it's endlessly rewatchable. Like, I love a movie that you can watch again and enjoy all over again, or even more than you did the first time. And third, I would say my third, again, this is not a very exhaustive list, but I think because I'm just thinking about like movies I've watched recently and really, really enjoyed. I'm trying to think of a funny movie.
Well, you don't have to. You've already named 2 comedies. If you want to go make the third something else. I didn't mean you had to do an all comedy.
I know I don't need to. I don't know.
What was your favorite comedy when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, it was mostly TV.
Yeah. Well, you want to just name your favorite TV series? Like, is there a number 1 for you?
I would say it's not this is my favorite. It rotates, but I would say Happy Endings is one of my favorite shows. Happy Endings,
which funny, when you name the sitcoms you loved, that's the one I haven't seen.
It's really good.
Happy Endings.
It's 3 seasons. It's really good. And then it got canceled, which was honestly heartbreaking. Happy Endings is one of my favorite TV shows. But also, if I had to think about like another feel-good movie, just to give that option, and because I still love Jack Black, the Kung Fu Panda animated movie is really good.
Actually, animation is often just better than.
It's so good.
And it's because they have to perfect the script before they start. I think it's really they have to dive into the writing so well.
It's so funny. It's so silly, and again, like a family comedy. Wait, can I throw one more in there because
of course.
I just thought about it. But I watched Project Hail Mary recently, and that was great. And it's a very fun. It's got a lot of good funny moments. It's very wholesome, and it's just a feel good movie.
Excellent. There we go. Fantastic. All right.
Give you too many.
No. One of my jokes I say use too often is I'm not wearing a black and white shirt with a whistle. Like I'm not a referee. I say name 3 favorites. If you name 5 or 6, no one got hurt.
No,
it's
now you
good.
just have more options.
More options, exactly. And okay, so question number 2 is a film you feel is underrated.
Underrated. Underrated film that I really enjoyed.
Yeah. Or something that you, one thing I sometimes lean into is like that thing that was that didn't win any Oscars, but you're like, okay, that was actually the best film that year. It just didn't hit the politics of the moment or something. Yeah.
Or sometimes I feel like with this one, it tends to be for me like also like movies that aren't Hollywood films. Like I said, I'm from India and I grew up in Nigeria, so I watch a lot of movies that aren't, Western English films. And I think there was a movie from India that did the Oscar campaign, and it was great. It was very, like, again, kind of a funny movie and very, like, it had a message. It was about, like, women and finding their strength and all this stuff, but there was a lot of great funny moments in it. It's called Lapata Ladies. I think it was pretty underrated. It was India's nomination to the Oscars, and I think it's on Netflix. It's a good movie.
Oh, excellent. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yeah, you know what? That's as much as I fret the way Netflix and streaming has changed and possibly destroyed the film industry. They have done a good job of bringing things from other cultures to North America. Because, heck, whether it's Germany, France, India, China, Korea. Yeah, we certainly have gotten... Sorry. No worries. Well, anyway, question number 3 is a film you feel is overrated.
Ooh, overrated. One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another. I have not watched it yet because for a couple weeks now, every time I want to watch it, my wonderful life partner goes, "That's too long. Let's watch something else."
It is long. And to be clear, I enjoyed the movie, but I think it's overrated.
No, I'm with you. In fact, I often give that whatever the disclaimer that it's not throwing shade at a film. It's just saying like that something that got was a very good film, a great film, might have won Best Picture against a lot of superior films. It's like, how come that one won? I call that overrated, even though I loved it. Like films I loved, I still think are overrated if they didn't deserve the,
And I'm not saying it's not deserving or any of that stuff. I'm just like, I enjoyed it, but was it like the incredible, like life-changing film? No. I thought the daughter character was like, the actress was incredible, and there's like some action scenes at the end that I really enjoyed, but definitely like glorified being drunk and driving way too much for me. Yeah, that's funny. That would bother me, but now when I finally do talk my wife into watching it with me, I'll be like extra annoyed probably because you planted a very good seed, which is, yeah, all right, nothing heroic about that. Yeah, not heroic. And yeah, I don't know. Like the dad character, I was just like, I didn't love him, like Leonardo DiCaprio's character. But there were some like good moments. But I thought the daughter was great, and there was just like stuff that I liked about the movie, but I was like, it just felt like overhyped a
Well,
little.
right, all good. All right, one question remaining, which is a lesser known film for people to seek out.
Ooh, lesser known film for people to seek out. I have to look up the name of this film. Actually, this is a fun one. I will say there's a movie, and I have to figure out where it is, but it's called Manjumal Boys, and it's again a Indian Malayalam film, like a South Indian, film, and it's such a good movie, and it's just about this group of friends that goes on a trip, and one of them falls into a cave, and the whole movie is just them trying to like save this guy. It's just a really good movie. It's very well done, and I feel like if you're gonna seek out something, I think it's also just nice to seek out something that you wouldn't normally watch in a different language or a different type of film. And it's again not, I would say, like a very hilarious type of film, but it's such a good movie about friendship and again male friendship, and we talked about very specific movies, and it's a very specific movie in a very specific setting with a very specific set of characters. And like I think that movie just made me feel very tense and very concerned and that's what you want when you watch a movie. You're just like, I feel what's happening, and I'm very involved and engaged with this film, and it's in a language that I don't speak either, so it was kind of interesting to watch with the subtitles and see. And it's not like very artsy or anything, but it was very human.
Well, and you subtly make a very key point, which is what really draws us into a film. You have to care about the characters. And if the characters care about each other, and you see relationships that remind you that if they are genuine friends, then you feel like those are your friends on screen, and now you care about what happens to them. But very often in films from some of the masters that I won't bother naming, the auteur directors who are like the dudes who are like, always winning Oscars for Best Director, and like you don't give a shit about any of their characters. And so you don't actually really care about what happens to them, because caring about human beings is important.
Yeah, you have to want to be engaged with the film, and I totally agree with that. Where there's so many movies that, or even TV shows. I think TV is also so about character. But if you're like, I don't care about these people, I don't care what happens to them, then you're it doesn't matter. You're not going to keep watching. You're not going to come back for that story, or you're not going to stay through the length of that film. Or if you do, you're not going to be very engaged. You're probably going to pull out your phone or go on a very long bathroom break, which I have done in film.
Heck yeah. In fact, that's the thing I complained about with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is I didn't care about Leo DiCaprio's character. I cared about Brad Pitt. So whenever he was on screen, I enjoyed the film. And whenever he wasn't on screen, I'm like, I don't care about this jerk. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's when it comes down to it. Yeah, it's just like the TV series experience of like you're hanging out with friends. You're spending time with friends every week.
And you don't have to like them to be engaged, but I think creating a character that you care about, or you understand why they're doing what they're doing.
You care about what happens to them.
What happens to them. Like, I think that's what, Black Panther, the first movie, did really well with the villain. Like, Michael B. Jordan plays a character that you're just like, well, again, doesn't hurt that he's hot, but you care about him enough because you're like, he's actually got a point. Don't love how he's going about it, but I can see how he got to the place that he got to, because he has been unfairly treated. And I think that's something great that filmmaker, like that Ryan Coogler did with that film, where you're like, okay, as a villain, I still understand this villain's point of view, and he's not just being a villain for the sake of being a bad guy.
Oh, I'm with you. I go further. I'm like, I kind of wanted him to win. I kind of agreed with him more than the isolationist instinct.
Yeah.
I felt he made the better point and he should have won.
Well, and that's great storytelling, right? Where you're like, I'm invested, but also I see this and I see that. And I think that's also the point of the film in some ways, is just like the person who should win sometimes doesn't, and the other person gets glorified. And I feel like, I don't know if that was the point he was trying to make, but I think that happens sometimes, especially with those like superhero movies. You're just like, you just destroyed most of the city and no one asked you to do a lot of this stuff, you know? And it's like that type of thing with the I've been in that universe of like the DC comics and all that, and I'm like, I love these characters, but I love the villains so much more because they're such good characters. Like Harley Quinn is a great character.
It's always about the villain.
Yeah, the Batman villain are excellent. Batman is very boring.
Batman is boring, and his superpower is wealth.
Yeah, and he's a billionaire, and he's like, I could do so much with this money, but no, I'm just gonna buy myself toys and kick somebody's ass. And you're just
I would, if you make a short about a Batman type guy who realizes, if I just fund all the schools, there won't be any more criminals because these kids, we could just lift these kids out of poverty, because most crime is actually out of neglect.
And instead of just going to the orphanage and then being like, you're now Robin, like, just give the orphanage more money, bro.
Actually, have them all move into the mansion and just live a great life.
You don't need that mansion. Like, there's like one guy there. It's you and Alfred. Like, just relax.
Very, very good point. Totally solid point. There was, God, I'm forgetting, but there was a movie about the guys cleaning up after the superheroes.
Ooh,
it was one of those, and Michael Keaton, and then he ended up being the bad guy who like kind of put together an Iron Man. God, I'm forgetting. But
anyway. You're the Spider-Man movie?
Was that the Spider-Man one? Yeah, I think so.
He finds the thing, and then you're like, is he the villain? Because he's just trying to profit off of the thing that you were profiting off of anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton's the bad guy. And to be fair, he's being a bad guy, but you're also like...
He turns bad, but he turns bad for a reason I understand, I guess.
Yeah, like, he's like trying to support his family, and he's like, you guys are making money, like, you know?
Yeah, and you guys are destroying, like our job is literally cleaning up after you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was
But
funny.
I would watch that movie, actually. Be like... Come on, we need to take down these superheroes. Like, they're the worst.
I would joke with everyone that, like, the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, the perfect ending was when Thanos snapped, and then if they just stopped there, hey, all the superheroes lost, the supervillain won, stop the story now.
Yeah.
Because the next one, where they had to, like, travel time to whatever, I'm like, although I admit that his point, I agreed with his point at first, but instead of killing half the living human or sentient species, whatever, it's kind of funny. Like, you just killed half the life in the universe, so everyone would have enough food. I'm like, well, you could have snapped and doubled the food.
Yeah. Well, I also don't think the problem is the food. I'm like, there's just like a bunch of people hoarding it, and then there's a bunch of people who have no food. But
you're right. The problem is corruption.
It's like, yeah, it's people who are literally like hoarding resources.
Yeah.
Their resources are fine. Like,
it is, yeah, when you look into the stories too far.
Yeah, it's a lot less fun. But also, if you work at Marvel, don't listen to any of that. Hire me.
That's true. Because you will give Marvel an excellent thing. You don't have to live all in the DC universe. You can play for both teams.
I would like to play. Well, it's also just like on my bucket list. I love the X-Men characters, and that's kind of been
X-Men is the cooler side of Marvel, isn't it?
I love the X-Men. I was Rogue for like 2 Halloweens, and I don't even like Halloween. You know what I mean? Like, that's the level of commitment. I love X-Men, and I'm like, I would do such a good X-Men movie. I want to do it so bad.
Yeah, in fact, I think the whole superhero thing, like, they were not doing that well, and then the X-Men movies were so good that I think that really caused the the superhero renaissance.
The first two X-Men were really good.
They were so
and it's also just like I love that aspect of X-Men that I don't think gets explored very much. It's just like because I love the animated X-Men show that was like X-Men Evolution. It's so good. And it's like we spend so much more time with, they're all teenagers in the X-Men Evolution, which is fun. I think that's the age where you're like, oh, well, I have so much responsibility because of my powers, but also hormones are rushing and I want to be in high school. And I think that's such a good dichotomy to explore. And X-Men Evolution is also like living in that universe of them being kids in the mansion, like being almost like at this Hogwarts type like institution and dealing with that, but also balancing going out and being in high school and trying to pretend to be normal. And I think that's like an aspect of it that I would love to explore.
And X-Men always had that really healthy thing of that superheroes are a mistrusted minority.
Yes.
Which, if you think about it, there's nothing good about having a Superman on, yeah.
Or like, even if there is, I did actually love the latest Superman movie.
Really? I didn't see it. Maybe I should see it.
It was good. It was very fun, very feel good. James Gunn just did a cute.
Oh, that's right. It was Gunn. Yeah, I was a big, I haven't, he's yet to disappoint me.
It was cute. It was cute. I was not sure what to expect when I watched the trailer. And also like the guy who got cast, I forget his name. It's like Corn Sweat or something like that. And I wasn't sure if I was like, do I like this guy Superman? Because like I love Smallville and I have this very specific idea of what I want Superman to look like. I don't like when he's like super jacked. And, I know he's Superman, but I'm like, you don't have to like be like the size of the door. Personal preference, no shade to anybody. And he was great. I think his name's David Cornsweat, but he was great. It was cute. It was wholesome. It also, I think, gave a good critique of like what gives him the authority to decide to do some of the things that he does as Superman, which was interesting.
I just unofficially added the most recent Superman to your underrated list.
Right? I don't think it's underrated.
You don't think so?
I feel like it did pretty well.
Did it do pretty well? Mm-hmm. Well, in my little world, no one mentioned it to me. No one ever told me like, oh yeah, you should check it out. So maybe I'll check it out on streaming.
Like, I think in my world, and maybe because also I'm in that DC Warner Brothers entity arena, but it was, I feel like most people who watched it liked it, and a lot of people watched it like multiple times.
Oh, nice.
I did not watch it multiple times, but I enjoyed it.
Excellent. All right, well, time to wrap up.
Yeah.
We got in some extra, heck, you named a bunch of extra films, which is awesome. All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you want to learn, well, first of all, there will be clickable links in the show notes. So that's where you can learn all about Vidhya and your work. So go to discoverindiefilm.com to learn about this podcast where we talk to filmmakers on the festival circuit. On social media, it's always at DIFwins. If you change that .com to a .org with the Discover Indie Film, discoverindiefilm.org is the nonprofit that runs Sherman Oaks Film Festival that we hold every winter and Film Invasion Los Angeles that we hold every summer. Truth is, same team, same philosophy, same everything. When we were starting them 11 years ago, we couldn't pick a name. So we A/B tested the two names, and they serve different. Actually, like Sherman Oaks Film Festival got more local support in the LA area, and Film Invasion Los Angeles got more submissions from around the world and other parts of the country. So we just moved them 6 months apart and let them be. But the only difference is the name.
That's great.
And so go to discoverindiefilm.org to learn more about both of those and find out about their specific websites. And hiding inside the Film Invasion LA website is their cousin from South America, Film Invasion Lima in Peru. We held the first one in January. Next year it'll be Valentine's Day weekend, which is also President's Day weekend in the USA. So, nice 3-day weekend. Time to go down to Peru and have fun in Lima and see great films. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you for listening.